Hey, how's it going? My name's Patrick, and I've been thinking for about a week on what I want to talk about in this video, and I've come to the conclusion that I have no idea. I wanted to have a chat about my political science class at Mount Royal and what I learned there about politics and life, the universe, and everything. I want to talk about the Reform Party, because the Reform Party is actually has become the Conservative Party of Canada. The CPC is they're often called. I want to talk about Kent Hare. He was a Liberal MP of Calgary Centre. He got accused of some horrible things, but I actually met him at a dog park and we had a chat. And and we talked about reform and reform becoming the CPC and what their history was like. And it was an interesting conversation. And aside to that, he was actually cleared of all the things he'd been accused of. So I don't really like when people are accused of things and punished for them unless they've been proven, because really there's another thing, cancel culture. Um, it's one thing to punish people who've done terrible things, and we should absolutely punish people who've done terrible things. We should believe people who come forward and say these people have done terrible things, but we don't act or punish based on belief. We act or punish based on information and facts and that kind of thing, because people lie. Unfortunately, people lie. I've known people who've accused people of doing things falsely, and I know people who've gotten in trouble for doing things they didn't do because they were accused of them. So the whole idea is you shouldn't punish somebody until you know for a fact. If they're found innocent in court and they were guilty, yeah, that sucks. But on the flip side, if you believe everybody and you act on that belief, if you punish based on belief, then you're going to wind up with a lot more innocent people being punished for things they didn't do than you are people being punished for things they did. So you have to kind of balance that, and you can't punish people for things that they didn't do. Another thing, COVID-19. We all hate COVID-19. It's been around for, well, 2.5, almost 3 years. A lot of people have died. A lot of people have been sick. And for some reason, the media is still not telling us that it's airborne. Like, it's flying through the air. If there's somebody in a room with COVID-19, it's floating everywhere. It's not droplets. It's not something that you can avoid. Wearing a decent mask will help. Uh, but it's also multi-systemic, so it doesn't just attack your sinuses and your lungs and your respiratory system. It can actually attack your heart. It can cross your blood-brain barrier and damage your brain. Like, it's a little more serious than they're making it out to be. And now that they're pretending it's gone, we've got, like, I was looking at a list of variants that are going around right now, and there's just too many of them. Like, they're everywhere. There's lots of them, and just be careful. If you can, get a mask. Wear a mask when you're outside in public, and be as careful as you can, because every infection is the opportunity for a new variant, and we've got like tens of thousands of new infections every day all over the country, and more than that all over the world. We could talk about the Emergencies Act. That the thing where a whole bunch of people went to Ottawa to protest, and none of the things they were protesting had anything to do with Ottawa. There were mask mandates; those were provincial. There were vaccine mandates; those were employers. The federal government did have one mask mandate, and that was that anybody who's not Canadian needed to be vaccinated to enter Canada. Did not affect Canadians at all. So that's the Americans had the same rule. Well, I guess they could have gone to Washington, D.C. to protest that decision, but you'd have to get vaccinated first because you can't go into the States unless you're vaccinated. The Canadian side has lifted that restriction now, so somebody who's not vaccinated, who isn't Canadian, can come to Canada. But if you're not vaccinated, you still can't go into the States, unless you're American. But, that's the thing. What else? I could just say have a great day. I'm going to spend some more time thinking about things that I want to say, or things that I want to discuss, maybe make things a little more coherent. And that's about all I've got. So I hope you have an excellent, fantastic day, and take care of yourself.